In this lesson, we'll start creating a smoke effect using Pyro Solver. So if you go to Pyro FX shelf, you will see some presets for you ready. So I will first create the emitter. I will click on the sphere and type enter and hit enter on the keyboard. And then I will select the sphere and then I will click on Bilway smoke. I don't know how to spell that. Maybe I am wrong. Okay, so I will click on that. Okay, and now if I go to object level and let's hit play and see what we get, and I will zoom out the camera a little bit, and let's hit play and see what we get. As you see, we are emitting the smoke from the sphere. And here you see I have the blue line. This means Houdini caching the file on memory. Okay, so now if I go back and click on the real time, this is the real time, so the time slider will play in real time. Now if I hit play, as you see now it's in real time, it's playing in real time. Okay, and now after hits the limit of the blue line, now continues creating the blue line. Okay, let's play it again and see. Okay, so the blue line is as I said, means that Houdini caching the file on the disk, on the RAM. So if you select the Pyro sim, and here you see I have the reset simulation. If I click on reset simulation, now the blue line gone. So now if you hit play again, now Houdini will recalculate the simulation. Okay, and let's hit stop. And if you come here again, you will see here I have the start frame. So for example, maybe you want to start the simulation at frame, for example, 10. Okay, so if I set 10 here, and then I go back, and if I play, as you see, the simulation now starts at 10. And here you see I have the scale time. If you set that, for example, to 2, now the simulation will be faster 2 times. Okay, so this is multiplier. It's a global multiplier for all the values or the attributes. And let's set it back to 1. And another thing, here you see I have this icon. So if you clicked here, this is the enable and disable the simulation. If I clicked on that, now if I hit play, now nothing happens. But if you click on enable and hit play, and now you see we are caching the file on memory. And now if I disable that, even if I go back, now we will get the simulation because we have the blue line here. Okay, so let's set back the start frame to 1, and let's add a light so we can see the smoke better in the viewport. So I will go to light, and then I will click on point light, for example, and hit enter. And let's move the point light somewhere here. Okay, so let's come here and see. Now as you see, we are seeing the smoke better in the viewport. We can hide the light here. This will not affect the lighting on the smoke. Okay, so let me explain what's happening here. Here you see I have the sphere object that we created. Okay, so this is the emitter, and this is the DOP network. This is the Pyro sim. So all the simulation happening here. This is the emitter, and then the Pyro sim grabs the emitter from the sphere object and simulates the smoke. After the simulation is finished, this Pyro import imports the simulation, the result of the simulation from Pyro sim, and deletes everything you don't need. Okay? So here you see I have the display value. You can click on the display, and if I come here and click on the display on the pyrosim, as you see I have the same result. But I have more information that I don't need them in the viewport. That's why Houdini by default turn off the display for the pyrosim and enables the pyro import. So that's it for this lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson.